source energy, part of you came forth, you are exploring and expanding. You got to keep up with the expansion, or at least move in the direction of the expansion. And if you don't feel good, period. Esther said at some point along the scenario, maybe we should never ask for nice things. Maybe we should just never have nice things. Then when they drop it, we'd say, no problem. It's made out of plywood. It doesn't matter. I can make another one tomorrow. And Jerry said, I don't think that's what Abraham's going for here. I don't think that the secret to a happy life is holding back on your desires. You can't. You can't. Life is going to insist that you expand. The whole universe, everything that you are about, the core of the energy that is you, the very reason that you came into this body, into this glorious contrasting experience, it all exists for the joyous, inevitable, eternal expansion. You cannot hold it back. But when you hold yourself back with contradictory thoughts to the expansion, you feel the discord, and then sometimes you say, I think I shouldn't want so much because I want things I can't figure out how to have. And that's really what we want to talk about here today, because we want you to let go of the manifestation part of it just for a little while and take emotional journeys. Most people who want more money, or who want a better relationship, or who want a better job, or who want a better car, or who want a better life, most people who want that want it with a flawed premise basis. They want it because they think, what I've got doesn't please me when I observe it, so if I could create something better, then I could observe that and I would be pleased. So give it to me, and then I'll have a pleasing response to what has been given. And we say, it doesn't work that way. You have to find the vibrational attitude in order to stop the resistance, in order to allow the manifestational receiving of what's already in your vortex. You have to find the vibration first. In other words, you have to have an emotional journey. Here is the important thing to understand about this vortex. This vortex is vibrational. And the vortex, as you stand outside of it, is not a place that you can see yet, or hear yet, or smell yet, or taste yet, or touch yet, because it has not evolved vibrationally to the point of that revelation to you. But it has something that you can feel. The key to your vortex is the way you feel. So as you think about your lover and you feel the elation of that, you are offering no resistance. As you think about the absence of your lover and you feel that discord, that means you are discordant to your vortex. Do you hear what we're getting at? In other words, the key to your vortex is the emotion. You can feel your way into your vortex. You feel your way in. You feel your way in. But if you need to see it and smell it and hear it and taste it and touch it before you allow yourself to feel better, you slow yourself way down. And that's where the word expectation comes in. If you can train yourself to positive expectation, to feeling good without needing the manifestation first, now you are the creator that you were born to be. Using the power of your mind and the glorious benefit of your emotional guidance system to figure out that relationship between the two vibrational aspects of you. Because who you are in this vortex is a huge vibrational rhythm. And who you are in your physical body is also a vibrational rhythm. And when doubt meets desire, it doesn't meet very well, and you feel disappointment. When desire meets hope, you're right on the edge of your vortex, and the vortex will take you right in and show you something that will make a believer out of you. Now, we want you to feel this vortex, and we know, talking to physical friends who are used to seeing and hearing and smelling and tasting and touching about this vortex that you can't see and hear and smell and taste and touch, we know it borders on what you want to call fairy tales, but we've seen your other books and you're good with fairy tales. In other words, anyone who's trying to explain the non-physical realm to physical beings, in other words, you want to translate everything back into physical terms, and we want to help you to understand that you are the leading edge of everything that we are. You're out here as the extension of source energy. And when you stand here outside the vortex and demand that you see the culmination of what you want, before you adjust your vibration, you are asking the impossible, because law of attraction is consistent always. Deliberate creating means you know you're expanding and you're making an effort to go with it. And when you do, life is full and fast and fun and delicious and invigorating. You feel the passion of your being flowing through you because you feel the fullness of who you are focused in you. To see the world through the eyes of Source, to live in this physical body in sync with the energy of who you are, and feel Source flowing through you, having the conversation in the elevator, having the conversation in the restaurant, having the conversation with your children or grandchildren, having a conversation with your lover. When you are in tune with the Source that is you, and you are letting the whole of you be present in this moment, that is deliberate creation, and that is the art of allowing, and that is who you were born to be, and that's what we want to talk about here today. So, what do you want to talk about? Some things. We want you to know that you have the ability, little by little, we'll give you lots of ways to do it, of moving yourself deliberately, and it takes a little bit of effort. Effort, what is effort? Effort is something you do to overcome resistance. If there's no resistance, it requires no effort at all. So in the first, when there's resistance, a little effort to get into this vortex. But as you begin recognizing that you're in there because you feel good, and then milking it once you're in there because it feels so good to stay. As you begin practicing the vibration of who you really are, the vibration of love, the vibration of appreciation, as you take the bounce more often and you look for what you're wanting to see, as you train yourself into the frequency of who you really are, you're going to begin to experience what we are calling real-time manifestation, where in the moment that your life presents a question, your life will present an answer. Now this happens to you often, you just don't know that it is. It's happening to you on every subject that you don't have resistance. In other words, you're driving down the freeway, you felt this yourself, and you actually know what that guy over there is going to do. His erratic behavior is on your radar before he even does it. Don't you? It happens to all of you all the time. You sensed it, you knew it, and you made a decision and you acted accordingly, and you avoided a potential problem because the problem and the solution occurred to you simultaneously, because you were living real time, because you were not in resistance on that subject in that moment. The cells of your body are doing it all day, every day. You have in your body right now the potential, the probability, the wherewithal to experience in great detail every horrible disease known to man and many not yet known by man. But you don't experience them because the cells of your body know what they're doing. And for the most part, even though you're negative, you're worrying and fussing about this and that and the other, you have set up a reasonable amount of resistance. Don't you think it's interesting that even though you have the best medicine ever, the scientists that are really after it, a medical system that is evolved enormously, there is more disease present on your planet today than ever before. Don't you find that interesting, at least? And we want you to understand that you have the potential, you as individuals, and the collective consciousness will follow as enough of you are understanding it. You have the ability to ingest something or be exposed to something. You don't want to live in a cave. There's mold in there anyway, and bats. You can't protect yourself from what's out there. So as you're out there being exposed to it, don't you love knowing that in the moment that you are exposed and the consciousness of your cell recognizes it, which is immediate, that there is an equivalent bounce that is offered, and that in your basking and appreciating and loving, there's no resistance, and so there's no effort required for your cells to move themselves into balance? Don't you love how your planet balances itself? You freak out, there's an earthquake, and we say, good job, planet Earth, keeping itself in balance. You don't have earthquakes. You don't have volcanoes. You don't have a slight shifting of the pole every now and again. You cease to be. But you do have all those things because your planet knows how to keep itself in balance. And so does your physical body. And when you get out of the way, when you are no longer harboring these ridiculous, really, by comparison, prejudices against things, when you are no longer pushing against what you do not want, and you are thinking more of what you do want, training yourself into the vibrational equivalency of who you really are, now you get to live life the way you've intended it. You're in that place where in your alignment, in your vortex of creation, other cooperative components who think like you and desire like you and know like you are gathered, and together you cooperatively take thought beyond that which it has been before. That's what these gatherings are, you see. We come together with all of the detail of the life experience that is you, but we bring something unique to the table. We come as full representation of who you really are in your vortex. And we hold our attention so significantly on who you really are, better stated, who you have already become, that we make it impossible for you to deviate from the vibration of the wholeness that is you if you're paying attention even a little bit. And that's what teaching is. That's what upliftment is. That's what healing is. That's who you all are. You have come to uplift, to teach through the clarity of your example, to train yourself into vibrational alignment with the whole of you, so that you can begin to see this magnificent world, this magnificent time-space reality in which you are focused through the eyes of Source, through the eyes of Source who is you. So, we're eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. It is our intention to bring you into alignment with your desire on any question that you focus upon. We want to give you our spoken and vibrational appreciation at the outset here, because we can feel already the depth and breadth of your asking, which means already the depth and breadth of the solutions and answers are already lighted up, and we can announce in advance you are having a very good time here today. We have enjoyed this interaction more than words can convey. You are a leading edge crowd in a leading edge time and space, exploring the variety of your life and causing an expansion of the universe, for which the larger non-physical part of you feels utter and complete appreciation for. When you stand where you stand with your newfound determination to improve your mood, you release anything that even remotely approaches a deadline, and you completely align with everything that is a lifeline. When you decide that how you feel matters first and foremost, and you tend to that first, so that you get in the vortex and then you go to sleep, and you wake up in the vortex and then you greet your family. You get in the vortex and then you place the important phone call. You get into the vortex and then you drive your vehicle. You get into the vortex and then you write your book. You get into the vortex and then you write your song. You get into the vortex and then you greet your neighbor. You get into the vortex and then you get into the vortex and then you get into the vortex and then you enact, you become part of, you then represent, you then call forth the wisdom and the clarity of who you really are, and you apply it to this conversation, and the recipient of your words benefits. From inside the vortex, when you write your song, those who hear it feel resonance even when they don't know it. to the connection of their own soul and source. When you get into the vortex and then you paint your picture, those who see it are privy to the vibration of connection, whether then just